Something that I really feel deep, and when I'm looking on my life and on our life in Romania, I have in mind this: all human beings are born free and equal in dignity and rights. The first article of Universal Declaration of Human Rights. It's a statement from 1948, and all the time I'm asking, it's really like this in Romania? For any citizen, we are really equal in dignity and rights? And I added on this just to have it. I will try to move a little bit fast. Definition of inclusion from the Oxford English Dictionary, and also what means this for an university, and what it's really important to have in mind, that it's a permanent, ongoing process. So it's not just a step we achieve, we freeze like this, we solve our problems, and move on. And I'm going on the part of inclusive communication, because I'm talking for a couple of years with different kinds of organization about diversity, equity, inclusion, belonging. And the first thing I hear, 99%, we have no problem. We are inclusive with everyone. Yeah? And when you start to look on how you treat, for example, groups that usually have really big problems in Romania, oh, we don't talk about this. And from my perspective, this is the worst thing you can do. Don't talk about something. If you leave it and don't talk, that problem will not solve. It will become a bigger and a bigger and a bigger problem. So, on the part of inclusive communication, I colored a little bit because I consider really important. When we communicate, we don't have the habit of put a simple question. My communication, it's hurting someone? Because if we start to look like this, we'll understand that sometimes having less information or having the wrong information can be a really moment when you hurt someone. And I'll give you one example. 99% of media in Romania, if you open any TV and on any hour, on the topic of LGBT, you will find this: LGBT, being homosexual, it's a disease. It's true or false? In 17 May 1990, so 33 years ago, the World Health Organization took out from the list of disease homosexuality. Yeah? So the major, let's say, institution that managed this topic said it's not. Okay. I go a little bit further, and I use this example that was created and developed by Marlene Loder and Judy Rosner. It's diversity wheel. And what we have here, it's something very simple. We have a, let's say, an interior circle and an exterior circle. On interior, you have aspects that we are born with. So, being a Roma ethnic or being a person from LGBTQIA plus community, it's something that I was born like this. The same it's race, the same it's age, the same it's gender. Yeah, it's something that it's not in my power to change. The exterior side circle, you have aspects that we can change. And I will take the example that usually generate discussion, religion. Okay, I was born in a family of Orthodox people. Yeah, I was baptized on that, but I can make the decision to change my religion. I don't know. I can be in love with a Muslim and I decide that I change my religion. So it's not forever. And coming to university, what has happened in Europe? And not just in Europe, all around the world. If you are looking on the major universities, they are usually really wanted by young people. They really want to go there. You will find from the first application form a chapter that it's about inclusion. What's your expectation if you come to us? What we can offer, what center we have, how we manage the possible events of discrimination. It's everything clear from the first click. Yeah? Search on Romanian universities. You'll find nothing on this subject. Nothing on any kind of inclusion. Why they are doing this? Because they understand that it's a need. It's a need, and young people are looking for this point. So it's clear that everywhere, somehow they try to cover this. If we go, and I will not read, but I put it here because from my perspective it is very important, and it's really clear statement of European Commission. What's the direction and why is inclusivity and connectivity important on this part of education? So they, first of all, make the statement. Also, they offer budgets to develop this. So from my perspective, it's clear they do their part. It's on us to do the rest. What's happened in Romania? We have 45 state civil university and 7 military state university, and of course some private university. If we are looking in this moment on their strategical level in any university, you will not find detailed and action plan on the subject of inclusion. And when I'm talking about inclusion, I'm not looking just for students. I'm looking also for all the staff that university have. By the way, according with the Ipsos research from this spring, LGBT community is 9% from the world population. 9% from Romanian population means 1.72 million people, near the population of Bucharest. Yeah? So they care or not, they are here. Also, in Romania, unfortunately, we don't have, let's say, too much dialogue in any kind of organization. Doesn't matter, we talk about administration, central or local, or NGOs or business. We are just at the beginning of the process. But I'm looking on this as an opportunity, not on the dark side, let's say. And about Timișoara, Timișoara had a very interesting history, because if you look on the population census from 1930, you'll see that 70% of population, more than 70%, was not Romanian. That they are German, Hungarians, Jews, and we have also Serbians. If you go in the Unity Square, you will see on one side it's a Catholic dome, on the other side it's the Orthodox Serbian church. In the back you have the Lutheran church and also the Orthodox cathedral. So this town had a long tradition of natural inclusion, community inclusion, yeah? Because they are not fighting. They put the church near and are really open one another on this topic. Today it's a little bit changed. The population unfortunately decreased on the ethnic variety. What we can do. First of all, let's start to talk on these topics. Because we need to make the steps to a real dialogue between us on these topics. And I will close with two minorities. One is Roma minority, and the second is LGBTQIA plus minority. About Roma minority, a recent study made by an NGO it's called Centru de Resurse Juridice said that 2 from 3 Romanians are intolerant towards Roma. Imagine that you are a person from the Roma community. 20 to 30% consider Roma dangerous. And all that not pleasant things that you heard generally in our community. And also, they are the most rejected communities and exposed to verbal violence, sometimes purely violence, in any kind of environment. What we have and what we still need on Roma communities. What we have, and it's from my perspective really good, we have by law the special places, starting from the high school and also in university, for admission for young people from Roma community. So this is, from my perspective, a very interesting help, and it's quite okay that we have. What we don't have, a coherent strategy and clear procedure to support fair treatment day by day. Because, okay, the law offers some places, but when you come here, you'll find the mentality of each of us, the prejudice of each of us, and this will be our attitude. And let's go shortly to LGBT. It's another study. This is from the European Agency for Fundamental Rights. 45% felt discriminated against in the last one area of life. 25% said prejudice and intolerance increase. 43% in Romania said they were harassed in the last year. So it's a little bit under 50%. And this means something that we must think how will be if it happened to us. What we have, what we still need. Here it's a little bit more interesting. In Romania, on LGBT community, in universities, we have nothing. Nothing. Exception are some open-minded persons who try to understand and who try to support. It's exactly a similar case to the business organization, when you have sometimes a person with a big heart who wants to help and become an ally to this community, but it's not something by strategic decision, it's just a person who really consider that it's normal for any citizen to have equal rights. What we still need, of course, here it's really necessary a dialogue on this topic, and on the next step to make a strategy and clear procedure to support real inclusion. So, and I'm looking on Romania. We have a long to-do list. We need also to look on the spaces accessible for people with disability. We have the law, but unfortunately from the law to reality we have big space or just some let's say, solutions that are not solution in practice. I will not details, but I'm sure that probably you know what I'm talking about. The gender balance from 45 universities, state universities. How many women rectors do you have? Do you think we have in Romania? 2. And it's a victory because 1 year was just 1 year ago. Yeah. Do you think that the colleagues that are women are not good to be a rector? I don't think so.
There's a bias here. Women are considered to be emotional and incapable of taking rational decisions. Wasn't this the main discussion, even for women in management 20 years ago?
It's a long discussion, and we can discuss if you want on question. I will just finish immediately. The idea is we don't, starting from the fact that we don't have this information. 90% of people, I make this type of presentation every week, sometimes in online, sometimes live. Everyone consider that we have more. If you ask just to try, what number will be? So we don't imagine that are so many. Also, the right pronouns and all the forms must be adjusted to respect the gender identity of people around us. And at the end, work with our own stereotypes, prejudice, biases. It's, from my perspective, the first step that will help each of us. And unfortunately, the list remained open. That was